Welcome back, guys, to another GameZone Birdroom. GameZone Birdroom. GameZone Birdroom. It's not GameZone Birdroom without these little guys. He was pretty boys. Yeah, pretty boys. Yeah, pretty boys. The 20th anniversary of this machine right here, the Sega Dreamcast. 20 years ago I got this on launch day, and I came home from school and I found it in my bedroom all set up, thanks Dad. And wow, it was all connected to my 21-inch Bush TV CRT back in the day. And I mean, it still looks fantastic, doesn't it? It's a sexy piece of kit. Your 4 ports for your joypad. I mean, the joypad is massive, isn't it? Look, I don't know, I used to play games with this thing. Visual memory unit, so you could store your games, and limited gameplay as well. The best thing is you played like Resident Evil, and your health bar would show up on screen, so that was quite helpful. But yeah, it's a beautiful machine. So what's inside it? At its heart is a Hatchet SH4 30-bit processor running at 200 MHz. It's got 16 megabytes of RAM, 8 megabytes of video RAM, and 2 megabytes of audio RAM. It's got a Power VR2 NEC GPU running at 100 MHz. Its sound chip is a 67 MHz Yamaha processor with a 32-bit ARM7 CPU core with 64 channels. Dreamcast is a disc-based console played on 1 GB of GD-ROM, and it could push around 3 to 7 million polygons per second, and altogether output 1.4 gigaflops of raw processing power. And I'll tell you, that was pretty powerful in its day. It was the most powerfulest console on the planet until that blasted PlayStation 2 came along. Whoa! Here's my Dreamcast collection. Special shout out to my mate Ben. I brought this off him for, I think it was about £20. I think he was selling his Dreamcast to get GameCube, and yeah, it's probably my most precious game in my collection. So cheers, Ben. Oh, that's not good, is it? Sorry, Sonic. Love this bit. Still looks pretty impressive today. Love this game. Sure. Oh yes! Oh no! Come on, get out! So this the car could never win in Sega Rally 1. I can play it in Sega Rally 2. And the best tennis game ever made, virtual tennis. At the time the graphics was just unreal. Absolute belt of a game. Simple. Just brilliant. You're putting me off, Donny. This was a launch game in Japan, really helped sell the system. Didn't quite beat Model 3, the game it was based on, like the board it was based on. It's close. In Europe we got a slightly better version than the Japanese. The shadows were fixed, which was good. Still an awesome game. Not quite the look as it was in '96 though. Have that. And no Sega machine is complete without Daytona USA. How could the most powerful games console be such a major flop? My second favourite console of all time, the Dreamcast, only sold 9.1 million units around the world. Why was that? One of the main reasons was this bloody thing. Oh, bloody PlayStation 2. Brilliant games console, by the way, guys. But yeah, Sony really overhyped the PlayStation 2. So it was able to produce 75 million polygons when in fact it produced around about 7 to 20 million. So yeah, overhyped. I mean, the PlayStation 1 was the best selling games console of all time with over 1 million units sold. So people thought, sod the Dreamcast, I'll wait until PlayStation 2. Especially when they announced that it was going to be backwards compatible with all PlayStation 1 games. It's a massive selling point. Also, they had a DVD player built in, the cheapest DVD player on the market. So how could poor Sega, which was in financial crisis, deal with this? Well, they couldn't really. There was a lot of ongoing struggles, internal struggles at Sega at the time between North America and Japan, and with the massive commercial failures of the Sega CD, the 32X, and obviously the Sega Saturn, Sega was struggling. You know, they couldn't pump money into the console to keep it alive. Also, piracy was a major factor for the downfall. So in the end, it was a combination of all three, basically. So how best to remember the Sega Dreamcast on its 20th anniversary? A little innovator, all wrapped up in one little box of wonder. That's how I like to remember. The truly first online games console. Boosted unbelievable graphics at the time. 4-player multi-tap straight out of the box. What more could you ask for? Legendary console and a personal favourite of mine. Thank you. Remember, like and subscribe. Take care.